So how many of you out there have just stuff in the corners in your shop and you don't really have a place to put it, like clamps, straight edges, drywall squares, levels, stuff like that? Well, I did for the longest time. Years and years I had that. My clamps were always in a corner, and they were just, I called them composting. They were just sitting there composting. So I needed to do something. Well, I was inspired by Adam Savage's, I think it's first order tool cart retrieval or something like that. And so I built something similar to that, although it's a little bit more robust and kind of an A-frame cart for all of my clamps and my levels and everything else that needs a home, and it can roll around the shop, and that's what this video is about. It's about building that cart. So I started with some old 2x4s that I had laying around. And then I cut them down to width on the table saw to give a perpendicular edge. This just neatens up the 2x4s for the project and makes it look a lot better and gives it a little bit more slender look. And then I cut the parallel edge. I run them through the planer in groups of 3 or 4, and this keeps everything consistent and makes it just that much faster. It's a really good method for making S4S stock out of lumber. Just flip it over, adjust the planer, and run it through again. Then take an air bath. I laid out everything on my workbench because I didn't want to calculate the angles. I was just going to do it a manual way. So a perpendicular line on your table for a layout line, and then lay out your extra long pieces on either side, and then you can determine the angle from there by measurement. Measure from that center line over to each one of the legs, and that'll give you a consistent angle, and at the top. And then transfer those lines of the edge of the bench up to the top of the wood, and that'll be your first miter cuts. Just transfer those with a adjustable bevel gauge. Lining up the marks. Take it over to your miter saw and then adjust the miter saw to the angle of that gauge. Doesn't have to be perfect. This is not really that perfect of a project. Once you get that first miter cut done, then you can measure for the final finished length of each one of the legs, and then cut that top edge to the same miter. And then I needed to do some gusset plates for the top. So that same angle, just cut some 1/2-inch plywood. All you have to do is flip it over and then cut the same miter again. Glue it up. We're going to do one side at a time, just because it's easier that way. And then fasten it with some 18 gauge brads. The brads are just to hold it while the glue sets up. And then glue up the other side. One at a time just keeps you from getting into a big old glue mess. And then fasten it with some brads. Just make sure those brads aren't too long and they'll poke out the other side. This is for the plywood that goes along the top. For the tool board. Wipe up the glue. Then this side is just going to have some plain down 2x4s, so I transfer that measurement and then cut these spanners to that same. Glue it and then clamp it in place. The clamping, it was a little warped, so I needed to pull it together a little bit. And then drill and sink some screws into it. And then I just went down this side with different pieces of spanner 2x4. About every foot or so, 14 inches. This was a little warped too, so I had to pull it together with the clamp and then sink some brads into it to hold it. Just make sure that when you put those brads in that you're not where you're going to put the final screws. And then just going down the side, same thing. This is for the bottom tray, for the spanners along the bottom, the same plain down 2x4. I think all I did was just glue this together because it's not really too much of a support item. Attached them on all four sides. This is for the plywood for the bottom. I'm just going to place it in place and then put a brad in it to hold it. This is only to where I can get it stable to where I can put screws in it. I put screws all around the perimeter of it. And And then I put casters on all four corners. And then this is an additional tool board. Just put a piece of scrap wood to space it out a little bit and then tack it in place. And then this is for the middle tray. Just mitered some milled down 2x4s. So tools and stuff don't roll off. It's a little tray. And then just put a couple screws in all four corners. So here it is, it's all done. It rolls around on four wheels. I can wheel it to anywhere I want in the shop. It's a little noisy, but it's got places for all my clamps. Now, I didn't want to make specific locations for each clamp. That wasn't my intent. My intent was to just build kind of a generic storage to where I could put stuff and move it around, and I don't have like a specific place for it, to where if I break a tool or break a clamp, I've got that spot that I can't seem to fill. And so I just left it with slats across. I built in a tray on the middle part here, and then on the bottom catches like extension cords, air hoses that just kind of lay around. Just stuff that's been floating around the shop for a long time now has a place. And so I just put all my spring clamps around, and I'll build on as I need. Like I added these little hangers that I made out of drywall screws and irrigation tubing. Just really cheap little hangers out of stuff that I had just laying around the shop, because I didn't want to spend a lot of money. I mean, this whole thing is just scrap wood from around the shop and some really nasty looking 2x4s that I planed up, and it makes it look really nice. So I just made some hangers for stuff that I needed to hang, and I'll just kind of gradually add to it as I see fit. And then this side here, I have a nice tool board that I'm not sure what I'm going to do with, but I've got a pretty good blank slate, and I'll figure out what I want to do, whether it's like tools that I'm, measurement tools or something for a project. I'm not sure. So I just wanted to kind of just get it to a point where I could put my stuff on it, use it, and then see how I need to modify it. But all of the joints were glued and screwed, so it's really tough and really sturdy, and hopefully will last a long time and keep my tools from out of the corner of my shop, and hopefully keep them better looking and better functioning for years to come. So I hope you like this video. I'll put up a link to the video about making the little cheap hangers out of drywall screws. I'll put that up at the end of the video and down in the description. And we'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.